Yeah, GPU prices are weird. They're so sporadic. They're more sporadic than, like, anything else in the tech world I've seen. Most things in the tech world, like... I mean, they go up and down, but they stay relatively the same. Even, like, storage, which has gone way down in price over the years. I could still tell you, like, generally what it costs. A GPU, you could wake up one day and it's $3,000, wake up the next day, it's like $1,500. You're like, what happened? It's like wild how much it changes. Failed to mug. Yeah, let's go, Aaron. I'm building the best gaming PC of 2006. Let's go. Okay, J10, I think this is what I want. Yeah. Gotta get that Dell Inspiron processor. Is that what it's called? Inspiron? Something like that. Whenever I saw a laptop with that processor, I was like, stay away. Hey, you guys actually followed me this time. Oh, that's nice. Millie can remove poison. Yeah. Laptops in general, in the 2010 and beyond, were just terrible. All about the Pentiums. I always made fun of Dells, but my wife had a Dell, and it lasted her the entirety of her college, 4 years of college. You could throw that thing out the window and it would still work. It was like the most durable computer ever. Meanwhile, I went through like 3 laptops because my one laptop, the backlight died. And they were like, well, time to get a new computer. I was like, what, you can't replace a backlight? They're like, nope. It's a laptop, it's toast. I don't even understand why when I go to like a PC repair shop, it says on the window that they repair laptops. Because no one repairs laptops. You go in with a laptop and they're like, ooh, that's gonna be a problem. They're like, oh, this light is broke, and they don't sell these, so you're out of luck. Well, that's the difference. You have a Mac laptop. Windows laptops. Like I had a what was that? It wasn't Asus. What was the name of that company? It wasn't Acer. They had those like very rectangular laptops that were more like business suited. Lenovo, yeah. I had a Lenovo laptop. and the keyboard died. And I brought it to a repair shop, and they were like, "Yeah, they don't make these. They don't make these keyboards." And I was like, "Bro, what do they make?" So yeah, I could not wait to graduate college so I could get a desktop. I hated every laptop I ever owned. They're always such a pain. I mean, the problem is they don't stock the parts. So even if they do make the part, they have to order the part, and then by the time you get through labor and everything, it's several $100s. And it's just never worth it. It's like, why would I spend $400 to fix this $1,000 laptop when I could just buy an $800 laptop that's stronger than it because it's 2 years old? And every year laptops get, like back then, laptops were getting processors that were double as strong every year. And the prices never really went up. So, just buy a new one. This but see, you guys are missing one giant piece of information that's probably, you're probably listening to this thinking like, bro, how did you go through so many laptops? I've had the same laptop for 6 years. But you're missing one big piece of vital information. I was absolutely annihilating my laptops. Like, that was back when I was doing pretty much, like, I was doing the same thing I'm doing today. I was doing, like, a video a day. Sometimes 2 videos a day. But that was back when rendering speeds were, like, 10 times longer. So right now, I render almost 1-to-1 with 1080p. So, like, if I have an hour and a half long video, it takes, like, 2-ish hours to render. But that's because I do double pass. If I didn't do double pass, it'd be even less. It would be like an hour for an hour and a half video, right? So if I do 4 hours of video content a week, and that's lowballing it, my computer's rendering for 5 or 6 hours, maybe more. Back in college, it used to take 5 to 6 hours to do an hour-long video. And this was a laptop, not a desktop. So it had its one little fan, and then I usually had a separate laptop fan, and that was it. And it was running at full capacity to the point where if I didn't have the fans running all night long, it would overheat all day, every day. So that's why I went through so many laptops. I was running those puppies into the ground. And this wasn't like Adobe Media where they actually know what they're doing with the rendering. This was Sony Vegas, which probably took 3 times longer than it needed to just because it was Sony Vegas. Yo, Zoo, thank you for the 64 months. You're our second 64-monther. Thanks so much, man. I'm doing great. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, PC parts are not built for that kind of thing. They're built for being in a laptop and being thrown around. They're not built for 6 hours of rendering every day. PC parts are better built for that, but not built for throwing around in a backpack. Laptop parts are more durable, but don't last. Don't throw your PC. I mean, I had a pretty good laptop bag, but I was carrying it to school and back every day on the bus, several classes. I had to walk like 30 minutes to some of my classes. Through the snow and through the snow uphill both ways. I had several classes that would start like 30 minutes after the previous class, and it would take me 25 minutes to walk there. Because the campus, I went to Kent State, campus was pretty big. I'd actually be curious to hear, like, what some of the people in the chat, like Tropton and Mushroom, who know a lot about building computers. I'd be interested to hear what you think about pre-mades now, because back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean like 3 years ago, people would tell me that building a computer was 100% better than buying, like always. Like it was always cheaper and it was always better. If you could give yourself the motivation to build it yourself, because they're not that hard to build. I did it myself, knowing literally nothing. But if you can give yourself the motivation to buy all the parts separate and build it yourself, it'll always be better and it'll always be cheaper. But nowadays, I'm hearing more and more that like some of the pre-built stuff is actually really good. Like some of the stuff you can buy at like Best Buy, the pre-built computers, like the iBuy Power computers and stuff. Sorry, Monkey. I've heard that they're actually pretty decent. And built well. Just don't get a Dell pre-built? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I feel that, Vault. The ones I see at Best Buy don't even really seem to charge assembly. Like, they list all the parts, and if you... You know, I just kind of did the math in my head. I saw a iBuy Power, is that what it's called? Computer at Best Buy, and I kind of like did the math in my head, and I was like, this pretty much adds up to what these parts would cost. And then but you know, they had like a kind of crappy keyboard and a kind of crappy mouse thrown in, and they added like $80 to it. I was like, okay, that's fair, I guess. I'm top tier sleepy. Same. Let's try my new move. Or not. There it goes. Boom! Wow. Like that did a lot of damage. I also had full bar, so I think I saw it did like 400 damage. Pedal Master. Artisan builds? I haven't really looked into them. I know there's a lot of, like, scam companies that build computers, too. There's those companies that build, like, with crazy cases. Have you ever seen those? They make your computer look like a Egyptian tomb or something. They charge, like, $1 bajillion. Oh, is it a scam company? Okay. I'm glad you brought it up then, I didn't even know. I feel like I've heard of them before, but I didn't know they were a scam. Well, if you do end up going to bed reckless, thanks for stopping by, I appreciate it. And if you decide to stay up, I'm not liable for your tiredness tomorrow. They'd build live on Twitch. I mean, that seems like a good idea. I could see how that would backfire, but on paper, it's a good idea. He denied a streamer. Wait, say that again. I think your English done goofed. Denied a streamer them winning a PC. I don't know what that means. They denied a streamer a PC that they won? This does look like that Stranger of Paradise area. You're right. They won a PC from them, but he said they couldn't have it because they didn't have enough followers. So the streamer wasn't popular enough to win the giveaway. That makes sense. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. I always check your guys' follow counts before giving you giveaways. Can't be giving giveaways away to some 3-follower pleb. Only the most popular Twitch streamers can play Cuphead. Explains why I haven't won anything. Well, yeah, I not that I'm saying this is a good idea, but the reason they would do that, I would imagine, is because they're doing the giveaway not to be nice people. They're doing the giveaway to get their name out there. So if you're not someone that's gonna go on your 5,000 viewer stream and be like, look at this PC I got, then they don't want to give you anything. Which kind of defeats the purpose of a giveaway. That's more of just a sponsorship deal. Don't call it a giveaway, call it what it is. Did I go backwards? Or am I supposed to go down? No. Surely I went backwards. I mean, not only is that scummy and terrible... Okay, this is weird. Not only is that scummy and terrible, but like, you actually just don't even understand how the world works. if that's what you're doing. Because any notoriety is notoriety. Like, any publicity is publicity. You don't see people on the street, like, giving out pamphlets about something, but then being like, oh no, you don't get one because you don't have enough friends. Like, any amount of eyes on it is a good thing. You can't be picky about who sees it. Like, you just gotta hope that whoever you give it to, it ends up paying off for you in the long run. Like, you know what I mean? Just because that person only had so many people that were gonna see it, that doesn't... You still gotta go for it. Sorry for giving you logic. That's always a tricky one. You see videos of people giving like $500 to a homeless person, but then they make way more money off the video of them giving them the $500. Some people will say, like, that's still $500 to a homeless person. And you shouldn't, like, judge them because they're still doing the right thing. Then other people will say, like, you should have given more because the video made more, etc. So, I mean, I can kind of see it both ways, but... I guess what I would say to that is, like, what's the alternative? I always try to ask that question. What would, if you were in that position, what would you do? Like, what is the correct answer? Because you can't give him all the money from the video, obviously. I mean, I guess you could, but if you're rich, but let's say you're not rich and you're just making the video. You can't just give all $10,000 you made off the AdSense revenue to the homeless guy. So where's the limit? Like, how much is enough to where you feel like you gave enough to be charitable, but still made your money in the long run? I mean, if I were in that position, I just wouldn't make the video because I don't make videos making money off of charitable acts. But I'm going off the thought process of, like, if we're already making the video, you know, what's the alternative? What's the right thing to do in that scenario? The right thing is give me the money. Yeah, no, if it were me in that situation, I just wouldn't make the video, because I don't make videos making money off of charitable acts. If it's going to be a charity video, then it's a charity video. And if it's not a charity video, then it's not a charity video. But I don't know, I mean, you could make the argument that it's either that, if it's either that or nothing. Oh. Gotta be quiet. Sneak past. I like how they're going slow too. Like, if it's gonna be $500 or nothing, then I would argue $500 is better than nothing, but I don't know, it's a hard one, honestly. It's hard to say. I mean, let's be completely open. about it. Or let's take the shoe off of their foot and put it on our feet. Hopefully our feet are equal size or smaller, or else we won't fit in their shoes. I do 10% of every bit donation and regular donation to charity. Ever since, for like 3 years now we've done it. 10% of all the bits and donations I get on this channel go to charity. Always. It's never, you know, that's just always something I do. But you could say the same thing about that. You could say, you know, since I give 10% of everything to charity and 90% goes to me, I'm technically kind of doing the same thing. I'm, you know, that is kind of the same thing as making a YouTube video and giving $500 to the homeless and then taking the rest of the revenue, right? But I suppose the difference is that that's the specific goal behind the video. The goal behind the video is, you know, the title of the video is, we give $500 to a homeless person. And then that's like the whole focus of the video. That's, you know, and that's why people watched it, because they were giving $500 to homeless people. As to what I'm doing, you know, I have Nami's thing in the corner, and that's it. And the main focus of the video isn't that. It's just that 10% is going to that. But that's not the focus. That's not why you're watching. You're not watching because of Nami. You're watching because of my content. And it just so happens that 10% goes to them. So I suppose that's the difference. The difference is that they are specifically having you watch because of the money they're giving to charity. And that's the whole focus and hook of the video, of the content. Yeah, please applaud us for being good people. So, yeah, I mean, maybe a better way to do it would be if they made a video that was about something else, and then at the end of the video they just said like, hey, we're doing this thing where we give $500 to a homeless person. You know what I mean? Then it wouldn't feel so exploitive. I almost said explorative. Wouldn't feel so exploitive. Yeah, well, there's also the whole argument as to giving homeless people money in the first place, but that's not really what I was focusing on, but I know what you're saying. See, that's the devil's advocate, though, noobs, is that a lot of people will say, well, you're not giving anything. So, you know, who are you to judge this person giving $500 to charity, but making $10,000 off of it when you're not giving anything? And, you know, to be fair, if you give $500 to charity, but you make $10,000 making the video, then you will probably be able to make a video where you give $1,000 to charity and make $10,000, like, you know, and then continue to give money to charity. So by making money off that video giving to charity, you're giving yourself the opportunity to give more to charity. Which, I mean, I guess is like the Mr. Beast formula. I mean, I can't sit here and say that's necessarily a horrible tragedy that that person is doing that, right? So I don't know. I don't think you can look at his entire career and how much money he's given to people in need and be like, yeah, he's a horrible person, and that's all just total exploit. But you can also look at how much money he has from it and be like, yeah, he exploited charity. I don't know. I've really truly heard it both ways. I really have. I've heard people say he's giving money to charity, automatically good guy. Doesn't matter how he does it. Doesn't matter if he literally, you know, like the whole Robin Hood. Like, literally doesn't matter if he's stealing the money. The fact that he's giving it to charity equals good person. And I don't know about that. But some people truly feel that way. Some people truly have the Robin Hood thought process where, like, money to charity is above everything else. And then I've heard it the other way where people will just say, unless you do it right, it's tainted. It doesn't matter that you're giving money to charity. It's the whole experience is tainted because you're making money off of it. I don't know. I don't know how I fall, honestly. I think that doing your thing and making money for charity is the best of both worlds. I think doing what you do, you know, giving people entertainment, whatever it is you do, and also raising money for charity is like the perfect way to go about it. But I don't think that that's the only way to do it. So I don't know. And then you get into like businesses and how they donate a bunch of money to charity, but half the time it's for tax cuts, and they're not actually doing it for any other reason. Like, they just do it to make their company look good and for tax cuts. And that's a whole other argument of like, well, is that the right thing to do? You know, they're still giving $100,000 to cancer research. Just because it makes their company look good doesn't necessarily make it bad. I think it's vain, but it's better than other options, yeah. You can do the right thing for the wrong reasons, but does that mean people should get up in arms about it? I get that. That's kind of where the question ends up, like, because we were talking about like videos and people getting like upset. So if you do the right thing but for the wrong reasons, is that enough to have the whole Twitter world pull up their torches? Or is it just like, oh well, he still donated, so agree to disagree. Do they deserve to get the internet treatment? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really say, and it's kind of a case-by-case basis, too. Because there's also different ways to do it, you know, if we go back to the, hold on a second, F6? Do we want F6? F6... F7 stairs. This isn't stairs, this is a teleporter. Can I see what floor I'm on? No, it's just middle. I don't think... Wait. Maybe I do want this. I mean, I'm in upper tower now. Yeah, then you get to the whole thing where, like, even charities themselves can be. But anyways, like I was saying, so, like, let's go back to the example of you make a video where you give $500 to a random homeless person. And then that video goes viral and you make $10,000 off it, right? There's a difference between you made the video specifically to do that, and then it got viral, right? Versus, like, your attempt was to go viral. Like, you do it in a way that's like, hey guys, welcome back to giving money to homeless people Thursdays, where every Thursday we give money to homeless people, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe and share this on Twitter so everyone can see. You know what I mean? And then, like, make it a big deal, and then walking up to the guy and throwing, like, a parade or something, and, you know, act, oh my god, we're such good people for doing this, and, you know, it's like a difference. So it really is kind of a case-by-case thing. Because if someone were to make a video where they give $500 to a homeless person, and that's the whole video, and they were just doing it for the sake of doing it, and then it goes viral, I'm not about to bust that guy's door down and be like, where's that money you made off that video? You know? Because, like, that wasn't the point, right? Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to context, I suppose. And that's why, like, even though I have my opinions about it, I don't want to make some kind of, like, blanket statement and be like, anyone that donates money to charities on YouTube is a bad person, you know? Like, that's just not fair. We're on upper now, so I wonder if things are gonna get rougher. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to not make blanket statements on the internet. Because you either tweet about it or, you know, you have some kind of pedestal like your YouTube channel or Twitch channel or whatever, and you say your opinion on it. Then people take that as that's how you think about it all the time in every situation. Because that's just the way the internet is. It's hard to say. It's hard to write out a 10-page document on how you'd feel in every single instance. So instead, you'll make some tweet saying like, oh, I think people that do charity videos on YouTube are... they got the spirit, but they're doing it wrong. And then people will take that as a blanket statement of like, oh, you literally hate everyone that donates to charity. Or like, oh, send this to Mr. Beast. You hate Mr. Beast. Yeah. This looks like a door, but... oh, it is a door. Bloop. Okay. Oh, no. Get in here, boys. I want to try to pull one of these guys. Alright. Elaine provoked him, so... These giants look malnourished. They're just fighting us because they're hungry. Oh, that was spooky. I did not move. It worked. Yo, welcome back, Gozan. I spilled yogurt on my shirt for the second time in a row. That's so relatable. The other day I had my water sitting next to me, and it was like a little bit too full. And I filled it up really full and I placed it there, and then I got really like into something. So when I went to grab it, I didn't remember that it was super full. I just kind of grabbed it and tried to drink without looking. And totally like juggled it and spilled some on myself. I was like, oh man. And then I went to drink it and spilled more on myself. Like, you know, missed my mouth and blah. I did like 2 separate spills in one go. And I was like, you know, I probably just shouldn't consume anymore. You know, it's over for me. Can't even drink water. I was gonna go to bed and start tomorrow. Oh. Is this guy fighting me? Oh yeah. Yep, that counts as fighting, I think. Get over here. What do you mean I can't see him? He's throwing rocks at me. Really? You can't? He doesn't want to come over here? Come on. Alright. Hopefully this is far enough. Oh my god, I did 600 damage with that. I almost one-shot him. Let's freaking go. Oh my god, I found 97 keys. What the heck? What do you mean I don't have the requirements? I have space. Yeah, I got one. For some reason, it dropped like 9 keys, and it gave me the first one, and then the other ones were like, you can't have this. Interesting. Alright, that was it. That was the boss. We did it. We survived. Now we need to go to the basement, and apparently there's an elevator nearby. Okay, it drops a bunch for your whole party, I guess. Tropton, thank you so much for the gift of sub to Vault. In Siri, they give you the 24 months, the 2 years. Let's go, dude. I feel like crap, but at least my Final Fantasy 14 static cleared the 3rd of 4 new bosses last night. Nice. Reckless, thank you for the bits. And Ataru, thank you for the gifted sub to Zell. I was in line at Walmart one time buying groceries and a man asked me if he could pay for it. I think the only time I had something like that happen, I mean, I've had a lot of people like do stuff like that, but not to that degree. Like, people are pretty hospitable in Ohio, honestly. At least in terms of other places. But I think the only thing I ever had happen that was like a really crazy, random act of kindness was someone paid for my food in front of me in a drive-thru once. And to be completely honest, I can't remember. I don't think I did it. I think I was so taken aback by the fact that it happened that I didn't think to do it to the next person. But if I could go back in time, I would do it for the next person in line. But I was so like, I was like, what? I don't think I had even heard of someone doing that before. So I was like, they did what now? I drove away and I was like, oh, I should have done it for the next person. But it was a long time ago. I might have done it for the next person. I don't think I did, though. I think it was at McDonald's. Like, 2 weeks ago, I was at McDonald's, and I was like, I was at the drive-thru, and I was going back and forth in my head as to whether or not I wanted a chocolate shake. And I was like, man, I really want a chocolate shake, but I don't want to pay for a chocolate shake, and it's kind of, I had like ice cream yesterday, and I don't know. I probably shouldn't get this chocolate shake. Then I didn't get the chocolate shake, and then I drove up to get my food, and the girl at the drive-thru handed me a Oreo flurry, and she said, here, have this, we made an extra one. And I was like, the universe heard my cries for a chocolate shake, and it's bestowed to me this Oreo flurry, and it will be the greatest Oreo flurry of all time. I will cherish this flurry. Oh, there's the elevator. Yeah, what's this chest? I think this is an actual chest. I was blessed by the flurry. Oh, this is open with the... Wait. With the chest key. I don't think I have it. Oh, you need a chest key. I don't have a chest key. Maybe that's for something else. Maybe that's for like a different quest. Oh, trade it? Why would I trade with the chest? This game is stupid. Didn't work. It's the... Oh, it's right there. But you still have to trade it. 7,770 gil? Wow, they couldn't put that last 7 in there? Dude, I'm rich. I don't even know how to look at how much money I have. $28K. So, I mean, that was... Whew! That was a hefty bucket. Hey, look, the boss came back. I'm out. What? How do you use a key on an elevator like this? You're trolling. I receive another key. God, this game is so freaking 1994. You have to trade the key with the elevator to get it to work, and then the elevator has to give you back the key at the bottom so that you still have it. Do you think they thought they were, like, coding geniuses when they made this game? Do you think they knew the pinnacle of technology they had? Why did the elevator take me to stairs that why wouldn't the elevator just take me all the way down? You still have to go down the stairs. Do you guys know what elevators are for? Elevators are for not taking the stairs. You know, I was gonna say this was boring, but the ambient wind really adds to it. Tap, 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 tap. Boop. I got like dark cloud feels.